Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. In the last episode we did an extraordinary expedition across the grasslands all the way to the bioluminescent biome all the way over there, and it has been an amazing journey where we got a lot of goodies that we have put to use. Now in this episode we are going to fix the modular frame factory. It's going to be just over that ridge over there with the trees sticking out. It will be behind there because there are about like 5 or 6 iron nodes, and as the modular frames require iron rods and I think reinforced plates, iron is all that we are going to need. So just want to let you know, I have now officially hooked up pretty much every single product that we are producing to the dimensional depot. So as you can see, we are now stocked up on basically everything that we can pull directly from here, which is awesome. The concrete is still taking a long time, but that's to be expected as it doesn't really produce that quick. And we still have a low upload speed. So that's what I have done. I have also replaced every single power pole with the Mark II variant. That has been a pure grind fest. As you can see, the power poles now, there are a lot less of them. And they basically connect to everything. As you can see, that one connects to 4 and that one all in the same one, which is awesome. And I revamped the hub area a little bit. Before this, the hub was actually standing just on the grass here, but now I have stretched out the foundations and now it stands on top of it. If we move through here, we can actually see that now here we have the MAM. Here we have some storage boxes with some different things, some stuff that I found near the hard drive locations and some other things for the future. This will be weaponry, this is SAM related stuff, and this will be just nature stuff like ores that we find that we are not yet like refining. This one I can just remove because we don't need that anymore. But also like the, as you can see, the creature stuff and whatever. Awesome shop, equipment thing, and the resourcing, so we can just... This is basically a trash can. If we want to throw something away, we just throw it in here and it gets synced away. Speaking of the sync, in the last episode I connected the quick wire, or like half of the quick wire production, to the resource sync system, which meant that we were producing tickets. Now if I go in here, Lord have mercy, we have a ton of coupons. This is insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print them all, and we're going to use them to unlock some stuff in the awesome shop. Here we go. Right, let's see what we want to get. So this is purely, I think, cosmetic and just fun in general, because of course the boombox, but that we will get to that. Now this is the stuff that we are very interested in. Wall mounts for conveyors, awesome. Ceiling mounts, floor holes, hell yeah. Wall outlets, of course. Pipeline wall attachments, and well, just add the clean pipeline in there anyway. Organization, so these are lights. As you can see, we need quick wire researched in the MAM, and we need advanced steel production to unlock floodlights. But we can now unlock normal lights and billboards, so that is awesome. I'll keep these on the down low a little bit. Let's first buy this. So that's all of management here.
As Fixit amply demonstrates, you can never have too much management.
True, very true. Customizer, this is super far. I especially like these. So the concrete is a cool one. Asphalt's also a cool one if we want to make roads. And maybe the walls. Let's first do these 3. Bam. That's done. Now we have customization options. Alright, here we are. So right now we have, well, 136 alien DNA, which is a ton. And if we throw that in there, it will also slowly generate tickets. Yep, there it goes. As you can see, we already have 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay, so this is gonna take a little while because it has to go through all of these. But I will use that as well to unlock more things like foundations and walls. And as you've already seen them by now, as you can see as well. Take a small look and then you'll see what I'm going to unlock. because this is just a matter of grabbing the coupons and just clicking unlock. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So now that we have all of that out of the way, my plan is as follows. We are going to build a modular frame factory over here. And seeing as the heavy modular frames require steel and modular frames, we're going to set up a truck that actually drives to the steel foundry right over here and actually puts it then together, the steel and the modular frames, to create heavy modular frames. That's basically what we're going for here. But in order to fix that, we actually first need to build a modular frame factory. That's going to be right here. So I'm going to leave you now with this, and then I will show you the build and how it is going and all the other stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. As the sun disappears behind the horizon, we now find ourselves to the north of our main outpost. I spent all night clearing out the flora and fauna, preparing the area for construction. The current production plan will output a whopping 15 modular frames per minute, which is a respectable output for impure Mark I miners at this stage of the game. I recently unlocked a new concrete material for our foundations, so now we can make concrete foundations that only cost concrete and look a lot cleaner. After placing the foundations, I began working on placing the Mark I miners and connecting them to mergers. Shortly after, I built some smelters to process the raw ore into ingots to supply the upcoming constructors. However, after placing down the first constructors for the screws, I came upon a possible opportunity. Alright everyone, quick intermission here. I have found that whilst looking at the production planner that you saw earlier, that there is a possibility to make this production a little bit easier for me. Now, as you may know, we have collected some hard drives in our travels recently, and we can get some alternate recipes out of this. Now, what I want to try to do is maybe find some more hard drives and try to get the recipe for automated, or I mean cast screws. I don't know, is it cast screws? It basically turns the recipe iron ingots into iron rods, into iron screws, into iron ingots, into iron screws. So we do not need the iron rods anymore, which makes us save a lot of constructors and basically simplifying the entire recipe for us, or the entire production line. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to sit here for a bit. This is going to take a long time, because if I remember right, yep, 10 minutes for each hard drive, which is gonna take a while. So I'm just gonna do something else in the meantime and just wait for this to finish up. In the meantime, we'll get some more coupons as well. But it's going very well. I'm meticulously planning it out, the modular frame factory. But I thought, you know, if we can get this, it would make everything now and in the future so much easier. So yeah, quick little intermission here, and let's get on with it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, cast screws. This is the one I was looking for. As you can see, 5 iron ingots is 12.5 per minute and makes 50 screws per minute. Which is awesome, because now we have a direct recipe for transferring iron ingots into screws. After uncovering the alternate recipe, I immediately built the first constructors. The iron pipe production was placed on top of an elevated foundation, and the cast screws required some combining of iron ingot outputs from other areas to get working. After that, I built the iron plate constructors to supply the reinforced plate production. And after connecting it all up to the assemblers, I can confidently say that this, even though it works 100% efficiently, is quite a spaghetti-like setup with conveyors going up, down, left, right, and generally just all over the place. I must note, however, that this is mainly because of technological constraints, as we didn't unlock the Mark III belch yet. We will use those in future reworks, however. After securing a steady supply of reinforced plates, the time had come to combine them with the iron rods. I built a compact assembly line that was capable of producing the desired 15 modular frames per minute, and I also marked the construction area of the future truck station with a brown concrete tint. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the entire early game modular frame factory complete. You know, there's just something real peaceful about this beautiful sky. Well, here we are, back at the base. I gotta say, we are zooming. Because right now, I've collected some of the resources out of the dimensional depots. You can see it's already filling up nicely. You can just grab a couple more. And yeah, we're about to unlock a ton of milestones. Now, of course, there is a little bit of a delay between the milestones that we unlock. Because, of course, the drop pod has to fly up and then fly down again. However, we can now unlock a couple of these. And you know those technologies that I was talking about? Well, here's the first one, Conveyor Belt Mark III. I could have just done this, I just realized. But hey, we'll probably reassess the modular frame factory later on, so it doesn't really matter for now. But yeah, this is super awesome. The better conveyor belt just transports stuff way faster. We have Mark II miners, super awesome, way better miners that we can now make. Some more stuff that we need to automate. Power towers, also awesome. Harp tubes, these are fun, especially with the jetpack. And of course blueprints. This is gonna revolutionize how we make bigger projects, because then things like monorails, like pillars, or like decorative things, we can basically make a blueprint of and then easily copy paste without, well, making faulty things or like making mistakes. Because making everything by hand is way worse than using a blueprint. Or like more fault heavy, or like, I don't know how you say that, but like you are more it's easier to make a mistake doing everything by hand than just pasting blueprints everywhere. So, first of all, the vehicular transport, because of course we are going to need a tractor to move all the stuff to the modular frame factory, with a truck station, blah 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 blah, and 3 extra inventory slots. So let's select this one, boom, boom, and then some plates. Let's send it.
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar to using legs, except with wheels and the rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations, which in turn facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
Hell yeah. Now, as you can see in the top right, we have pod will return in about 3 minutes, 29. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit, wait for the pod to return, and then we'll unlock some more things. So I'll probably do a little bit of little cut edit and stuff of me just unlocking a couple of these. I basically want to do like everything of this, but some require these things that I do not have yet. Alright guys, so here we are next to our steel foundry, which is just down there. As you can see, that's the coal mine. And I thought, you know what, let's keep the steel expansion for another time, next episode. Because we are probably going to run out of power by that point. If you look at our power situation right now, we're getting very close to that 1200, as you can see. It's just a little bit more, and for the expansion that we have planned for the steel foundry, it is going to be, well, not enough, not even close. So in the next episode, what I'm probably gonna do, now that we have unlocked tier 2 miners, is I'm going to expand the coal power plant a bit off camera, because it's basically just copy pasting what we already have over there and just making more coal generators so we can support more with the megawatts. And then, for now, what I wanted to make is something different. Now, as you may have noticed, we are next to the coal mine. And over here we have the MAM. But down here is the solver node. Now, if we look here in our little tech tree, we have the solver tech tree here. With black powder and the Nobilis detonator. This is a very important one, because on my journey that I did recently, I actually found a lot of those rocks that you can blow up, but I didn't have explosives. So what I want to do right now with you guys for the rest of the episode is setting this up and actually getting those Nobilisks automated. I hope actually, or at least getting the black powder automated, because Nobelisk I can still craft by hand, I think. I don't know the recipe for them. But we're gonna explore that and unlock more of these things. As you can see, hand equipment slot. We do have some of these that I found next to hard drive locations, but I actually want to save them for the Mark II miners that we're gonna be using to upgrade our steel, and in doing so also producing those encased steel beams. So, without further ado, first of all, we're gonna need some stuff to get the black powder unlocked, which is 50 sulfur and 50 coal. Now, luckily, I already made some miners, portable miners, for me to place down, which were actually meant for the, well, for the steel foundry. But we can use them for this, which makes this area a whole lot easier. Look at those little guys setting up. There they go. Okay. Now let's get ourselves a little bit of coal. So, now that we have the coal, and if we run back to the sulfur thingies here, ooh, drop down. Thank the Lord for Blade Runners. There we go, that's a lot of sulfur that we can use. Bam, and then let's unlock some stuff with this, and then we should be able to automate this pretty easily. Unless it is in refineries and such. But here we go. Black powder.
Research completed. Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
Ooh, a rifle. That's also cool. What's this? Cluster Nobelisk. Smokeless powder. Alright, dope. Very dope. I'm gonna need some more rotors to research this. Let me see. Which is experimental power generation. Interesting. Let's see what we unlock with this. Compacted coal and
Research
turbo
completed.
fuel.
Experimental power generation research options are now available. These may enhance performance of other fuel sources.
Yeah, so I've actually used this one in the past, turbo fuel. But this is insane, because you have the fuel generators which use normal fuel in order to generate power, but it burns up real quickly. However, turbo fuel burns up way slower, so you can support more fuel generators, which means, in turn, more power, which is awesome. Energy value 2000 megajoules. Cool, cool, cool. So this is definitely also one that we're gonna focus on very soon as we, of course, have our fuel situation set up and basically transfer into turbo fuel. Right, for now, Nobelisk, this one, definitely. So, now we have black powder. Unlocked. Can we craft it? We cannot craft it in here. Was it in here? Yeah, here it is. Let's craft some of this up. There we go. 50 sulfur. Bam, let's unlock this and see what the requirements are.
Detonator and basic Nobelisk unlocked. Most obstacles can be cleared with the basic Nobelisk. It is most effective against organic material and is able to destroy small boulders and porous rock. Deployed Nobelisks will stick to the first solid surface they touch and queue on the universal detonator. If you do not recall the order in which you deployed the Nobelisks, remember Fixit does not take responsibility for any harm caused due to human error, even if those errors are genetic.
Nice, nice. Thanks, Ada. Alright, so now we have the obelisk unlocked, which is right here. So it requires steel pipes. Luckily, we have the alternative recipe for iron pipes. So what we could do technically is get an iron node near here. I don't know if there's one near here, but maybe search for an iron node next to some sulfur and copper, and basically automate obelisks in their entirety. But for now, we should be able to just basically automate black powder, upload it to the dimensional depot, and using that and some of these steel pipes in the dimensional depot, we can then combine those and just handcraft it wherever we are, which is awesome because then it is a sort of pseudo automated for now, at least. So let me see. It requires 2 products, so I'm guessing it's in an assembler. Yup, here it is, black powder. 50 coal per minute and 50 sulfur per minute. Now, of course, I'm planning on building it up here. So we're just gonna do this real quick over here. Get all of this stuff out of here. Let me just clear this area out of all of the vegetation. Alright, here we go. Vegetation has been cleared, for the most part at least. And now we have a little platform here that we can work on. So we'll have to pipe the, conveyor, or just move the coal over here. And, basically just send the sulfur up here. Now, I think I'm just gonna do this with tier 1 miners, because we're not going to need, like, full-on 24/7, like, production. It's not automated, if you know what I mean. Or it doesn't need to be automated constantly, because we'll just be handcrafting it, and it's not a resource for an intermediate product. So we can just put this down here and then send a... How much do you produce? 30 only. Okay, that's not a lot actually. But that doesn't really matter, because like I said before, this is just going to be a resource. Yeah, there it is. That's the sulfur fixed. Of course, we'll need a power pole up here because we need to connect it with the coal. Okay, and then we'll make these ones go next to each other. And let's place down the assemblers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place the inputs here on this side. Place them a bit more to the right here. Like so. We have a little bit more space at the back. There we go. Now, how many do you actually use? So it's 15. So we basically only have space for 2, because the sulfur produces 30. And of course, we do not need this all the time. We just need it to produce a little bit over time. So let's just set this up with a little splitter here. This is going to be the first one, and then of course this one pipes into here. Going to be the coal, and then we'll do the sulfur on in another way, like so. Which you have also seen me do with the modular frame factory. This is one of my most favorite things to do, because it looks super clean. Oh. Hello? There we are. Look at this go! Bam! And it's done. Now you could normally also move this one little tick over, so it's actually underneath this, you know, these 2 things. But then the conveyor belt actually clips with this. So you could do that and it looks cleaner. But for now I have space, so why not? Right, so let's place a little power pole in between here and then connect that up to this. Boom, boom. You guys are powered now. And then we just need some black powder to be selected. And that's all we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Black powder done. Basically producing already 60 per minute, actually. Wow. Storage container. We do not need an industrial depot, by the way. That's a little bit overkill. Let me see. Logistics. Conveyor splitter. Or no, sorry, merger. And then connect those up. So, and then all we need is a dimensional depot that I do not have the resources for. However, look at it go. We are producing weaponry, or at least gunpowder at this point. Let me see. G104 black powder. Woohoo! Right. So with this stuff, we can now actually there we go, that's better. With this stuff we can actually craft nobelisks. So if I go to my equipment workshop, there we go. We can now craft 16 nobelisks, and let's try one out. Or at least a couple of them out. Because I think I can make like 16. Yep. Nice. 16 nobelisks. Very awesome. Very, very awesome. Let's put this on a 1. Because this is only producing 30. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is already black powder automated. It's that simple. It is that simple. And now, of course, because we had this, press R to reload. Boom. Now we have bombs. So now we can actually blow stuff up, which includes nature. Hell yeah. Which makes it easier for us to clear areas. However, we can now also destroy specific rocks. There is one over there that we saw in the expedition, but we couldn't get to. There's a slug under there that I'm gonna go and collect. So let's try this out. The clouds have begun to roll in. We cannot see our space station anymore, but look at this. These are the rocks that we can blow up with this explosive. So let's place one here. There we go. Place one here. Maybe on this side as well, in between the cracks. And just one for good measure, maybe here in this little crevice. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, kaboom. Ho ho ho! That's what I'm talking about. This one is still left. Kablamo! And it's gone. Look at all those pieces flying. Nice. Yellow power slug. You're mine now. And now we have this little space here that we can use for other things. Awesome. So that is... well, wow. So that is the nobelisks now completed. I'm only going to probably just hook it up off camera, because that's just basically me running back and forth and just placing down a dimensional depot. But yeah, I mean, look at what we have done this episode. I think I'm gonna leave it there. We have built an entire factory today of the modular frames, which we now have. As you can see in the top right, we are definitely going to need those, so that is a welcome addition to our industrial zone. And we have also now automated black powder, which has given us the ability to now make nobelisks and get the more, well, closed off resources like mercer that are blocked with like these rocks. And we can now also remove those gas pillars, which makes the entire area just a lot more safe for us to traverse. As you can see over there as well, we can now throw these bombs against them, explode them, and just remove the gas altogether. So that will give us a lot of opportunities to get more mercer spheres and also upgrade the dimensional depot even further to make it better and better and better. So in any case, ladies and gentlemen, with this beautiful arch in the background, that has been it for this episode. I thank you so much for watching. It has been an amazing episode with a lot of progress once more. Like and subscribe, all that jazz is down below. I very much hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care, have a good rest of your day. Peace.